जय श्री माताजी भैया, you can start now.
Jai Shri Mataji. A very warm welcome to all the seekers in our session this morning. So you may be aware we are having these three sessions daily on this YouTube channel and the same Zoom link. The session in morning is at 8 a.m. There's one other session at 4:15 in the afternoon, and there's a third session in the evening at 7:45 p.m. All these sessions are being organized for new seekers who want to understand what is Sahaja Yoga, how to meditate, and how is it different. And then, of course, we go for the self-realization experience. And then, if there are any questions that you may have at the end, you can ask by joining the Zoom link or on the YouTube chat. Apart from this, we have one session in the evening again at 5:30 p.m. for the seekers who have now understood the basics and want to go deeper into meditation. Out of all the sessions that we are having live daily, there's one session in English on Sunday morning, which is this one, and one session in Marathi on Saturday morning. Rest are all in Hindi. So, without any further ado, we'll start the session today. What we're going to do is just briefly talk about what is Sahaj Yoga, how is it different. We'll also cover our internal subtle system briefly, and then we'll go for the meditation session. At the end, if you want to join and ask any questions, you may do that. So, Sahaj Yoga has been started by Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi, whose photograph you can see behind me in 1970. What is it? How is it different? What is it that we are really looking out for? So, the word Sahaj Yoga itself comes from two words, which is Sahaj and Yog. Yog is something that we have been hearing of so much. It has been sort of misused now a bit, I would say, because everything is being called as yoga. Even asanas are being called as yoga. And there are so many ways that have come up of yoga, it seems. There are new methods that have come up. But as Shrimataji says, that nothing new can come up just out of the sky. First the seed has to be planted, it has to grow into a tree, flowers have to come, then fruits come. So there's a process and a method. Everything that evolves is based on something that has been in the past. So any new method that comes up, we should not just take it, which has not been mentioned anywhere in the past, which has not been talked about, which has not been there before. So many kriyas and all of that have come up, which are not taking us to God at all, which are, in a way, just a lot of maybe a show and things like that. We do something and we feel better and things like that. That is not yoga. Yoga, the word means union with the divine. It is something that has been there in our scriptures. It has been something that has been talked about the great poets and saints. It has been something that has we've heard of so many sages, rishi munis, trying to get their self-realization in the hills and dales, Himalayas and forests in our country, the great country of ours of spirituality. Not only our country, in fact, there have been saints and real masters, gurus across the world, not that many though, who have talked about self realization, Atma Sakshatkar, the second birth, the there's so many names given to it. It gets confusing. That's the problem, I think, that um, the these great masters or these great gurus and saints and sages and poets and Sufis and so many people they've talked about it, but it's really gone just above our heads because they were born at a stage where they were much higher than us. And they talked of this life as being, just a play and a Maya and all of that. And we normal human beings have been stuck with this life and we just do not understand what they are talking about. Such higher things of becoming one with God and so many words that I've used which we don't understand. Lalan dekhan gayi, main bhi ho gayi lal. So all of that really we never understood. And the reason is that they were at a higher awareness than us. They were born at a higher stage, or maybe they achieved it in their lifetime. And the general population has never really understood what that meant, which is the reason why so many people today have taken the advantage and started their own shops, which are really money making proposition on befooling people and is not really taking them anywhere near God, but are in fact harming many seekers in a very bad way. So Shimataji saw all of this, and in 1970, 5th May, she decided that the time has now come for general Ama's realization, for people to get to their realization and see that there is a higher awareness, there is a truth. Because the way it has been up until now, if it goes on the same way, people will never get to what they have been made for. It's very easy to understand for us now if one gives this logic that if there is a God Almighty who has built us as the epitome of his creation, the highest being that there is, so evolved, can do so many things, then there is still something missing in us. We are not there yet because of so many bad things and wrong things that human beings still do. So there is a leap still left in a revolution. That leap will not be in the physical form, that will be in our awareness, something that changes our awareness and makes us higher beings. So once again, when I talk of higher awareness and all, it would seem, very something that is very beyond us normal human beings. So what is it that us normal human beings are looking out for, and how will achieving this higher awareness and self-realization help us? So normally we are looking out. Many people come to Sahajog because they're looking for peace in their life. They're so stressed out. The stress could be plain because of some family issues, could be because of even monetary issues or the competition that they see, or just some people are depressed in life. There's so many things like that. And maybe some people have physical problems. And some people just start looking out. There are some people who also start looking out for something higher. So there are these problems in our life which push us toward finding this higher self. We do not realize that all of this has come to us, these problems, maybe also because that's when we start searching for something higher. But all of these problems that we think, sitting at a pedestal, that these are all mundane things, and why should God be bothered about this? People who are stuck with this are not spiritual beings. But Sahajog is for people of the household who are taking care of their households, and all of their troubles go away with it. Because when this power starts flowing through us, it cures us physically. It puts us into in a balanced state where we are no more stressed with our lives. It puts us in a state where even our mundane things like monetary troubles or family troubles and other stresses that one may have, they all go away. When we meditate daily, we come into a position where we are completely in a state of joy. We are in a state where we are completely satisfied with ourselves. All of this comes and we lead a very beautiful life. And this is all happening to you. It's not that somebody else gives you a certificate that now, yes, you are a sage. This is for you to practice and you to validate. So, what happens when we get our realization very briefly? If I have to touch upon it because of paucity of time today, when we get our realization, the power that is all around us. We say that kan kan mein Bhagwan, every small atom molecule has got it. But we have never seen it, never felt it. We believe in it, and we know that He takes care of things. There are incidents when we realize that somebody has just taken care of us right now, but we have not felt it on our central nervous system. To know something from our mind and heart, maybe these are different things rather than really getting a proof of it on our hands, on our nervous system. So when this power starts flowing through us, it enters our nerves and we feel it at the tip of our fingers and at the center of our palm. These are the places of chakras inside us, on our hands also. And we get the vibrations, the cool breeze coming out of our hands. This has been well described by Adi Shankaracharya, the first Shankaracharya that happened. And he said that when Mother's grace dawns upon us, we feel the Chaitanya, Salilam, Salilam, that means cool, cool Chaitanya. It's written in a book that is called as Saundarya Lahari, that means beautiful vibrations. The whole description, let's say, is about mother and these vibrations. In Bible, it said that when Holy Ghost will come, you'll feel the cold breeze. In Quran, it is said that when Qiyamah's time will come, your hands will speak and will give witness against you. How this miraculous thing will happen, we'll see today. But when this power starts flowing through us, it, as I said, it cures us, it brings us into balance. It puts our life in a much better position. With this, we can also see the vibrations of others. Let's say you are sitting at some other end of the world, and if I put my attention to you, I can figure out what chakra is not okay. Once we can figure that out, we can even use these vibrations to cure the other person. These vibrations can also be used to ask absolute questions and get the answers. If I want to know the person sitting in front of me, is he a saintly person or a devilish person? Today, we do not know the difference. Today, anybody puts on a good garb and puts on a good show, we may assume that he's a saint. So we don't have those eyes to see the truth. These vibrations, it is possible. That's how we jump into a completely new awareness where we are seeing the world anew. And that is the blessing of Sahaja Yoga, which is completely practical. You only know it by practicing it, by giving realization to others, by helping others, by checking these vibrations, by giving vibrations. It is something that is so scientific that as and when you practice more and more, you learn more and you validate for yourself. Also, your life becomes a much more balanced, peaceful, joyful life. We'll quickly touch upon our internal subtle system now, because there's so much to talk about in Sahaja Yoga. But just to understand how we are built inside. When we were in our mother's womb, all of us, this power entered inside us, which created us. So this power enters at the top of our head, where in childhood we know there was a soft bone. In very little kids, you can still feel, and it pulsates. That is the place from where this great power, we can say, that created us, entered inside us. And our brain, being a prism shaped entity, it refracted into three parts. The one coming from the right goes to the left, which is in the blue. The one coming from the left goes to the right, which is in the yellow. And the one coming, it does all of this creation, and it you can see these flower like things that it has created. And then it comes and settles down at the almost the end of the spine. This is the place where the Kundalini, as we call it, resides. This power, when it settles, it makes coils, 3.5 coils. And coils in Sanskrit is Kundal. This being our mother power, she's called as Kundalini. Her only aim is to give us our second birth. Our realization has been called as second birth. People who get to Brahma, real Brahman, is called as Dvijaha in Sanskrit. A bird is called as Dvijaha because a bird is twice born. It comes as an egg first. That is the world that it sees. Then it breaks through and it sees the world for it really is, what it really is. That is how a realized soul is thought of. That once he gets his realization, he can see the world for what it is. Now, these three channels and these seven centers that we see are the most important ones out of all the created in our body. We'll briefly talk about them first. So the channel in the left is called as Ida Nadi. This is our emotional side. This is our channel for the past. It takes care of our left sympathetic nervous system's left side. So all our emotions emanate from here. People who are too much on dwelling on the past all the time, thinking of the past, they are working too much on this channel. So using anything too much makes creates problems for us. We know that ati sarvat trivarjate, and doing excess of anything is bad for us. So let's say people who are very emotional all the time, weeping, crying, they work too much on this channel, and we can get into psychosomatic diseases if we do something like that too much. Diseases which are considered incurable, let's say. So when we meditate, we feel the status of this channel on our left palm. This channel is also called as the um, moon channel. Now, on the right hand side is the channel which is called as the Pingla Nadi. It takes care of our sympathetic on the right hand side. This is the channel that takes care of all our activity, which means physical activity and mental activity. So people who are working too much, like say even in offices, they are using up this channel a lot. People who think too much, plan too much, ambitious, always thinking of the future, aggressive people who aggress others. So left side is people who are aggressing themselves in a way, depressed people. Right side people are aggressing others a lot. Being too much on the right hand side, this being the sun channel, this gets heated up a lot, and various diseases of all kinds come because of that. We feel the status of this right channel on our right palm when we meditate. In the center is what we call as the Sushumna Nadi. This is taking care of our parasympathetic autonomous nervous system. So this channel is a channel of the present, of the center, where you're going to no extremes, where you're leading a balanced life. So people who are leading simple, balanced lives are the best ones for Sahaja Yoga. They get to their realization very quickly. This is why Buddha talked about the center, let's say. Now, to talk about the chakras very briefly, um, there are lots of aspects to a chakra, but we'll talk about them very briefly. So each chakra is governed by deities. There are three parts to a chakra: left, right, and center. All deities, gods and goddesses, all prophets and great masters, they're all residing inside us. All of their great work of incarnations has led them to establish these chakras and their qualities inside us. We think of themselves as something external, but they're all inside. And when we go against their qualities, these chakras get ruined, and that's how we develop several diseases and troubles inside us. We'll not talk about the deities, but just the qualities of these chakras in very brief today. The first one that we see here is just below the Kundalini, is sort of the gatekeeper chakra. It's called as Muladhara chakra. The main qualities we can call here are innocence and wisdom. So children are, let's say, innocent, and people who are not innocent, very cunning, conniving, are, let's say, going against innocence in a way, may have a bad Muladhara. People who go into wrong things like wrong types of sex, etc., and over activity in that area in a wrong sense can also develop a bad Muladhara chakra. And when this chakra is awakened, we get people who have very strong Muladhara are very, what we call as bhole log, very innocent people, and they are taken care of by God Himself. This chakra, when it's strong, we get pure wisdom inside us. We know what to do, what not to do, what's the right thing, who's the right person. All of that innately comes to a person who has that wisdom by the grace of this chakra. When an authorized person is in front of us, that's when this chakra indicates to Kundalini that, yes, mother, you may rise now. So it's a very important chakra, and it needs to be okay for you to really establish yourself in Sahaja. This chakra is represented here, which is the sort of the end of the palm and start of the wrist on the left and right side. In meditation, you can just note down what are the places of these chakras right now. In meditation, you'll feel the status of the chakras when you meditate. After this, in yellow, what is shown here is the chakra called as Swadhisthana chakra. The main quality mentioned here is creativity. Everything that we do in life becomes more dynamic when this chakra is awakened. And on the left hand side is the place of the pure knowledge. Um, so, what is the pure knowledge here? So the pure knowledge is the knowledge that we're talking about here. It comes to us innately. It is the knowledge of the divine working. So when we go in against that, that means into wrong tantra mantra, etc. That is when this chakra gets very badly hurt. Even some wrong gurus can hurt this. On the right hand side, very interestingly, this is the place where the right channel starts. We talked about the right channel previously, but this is the channel that really does all the work for us, which is done actually by the Swadhisthana chakra. So let's say we are thinking, planning too much with our brain. So those gray cells are being utilized by the brain. But where are they being replaced from? They are being replaced from by Swadhisthana chakra, which converts the fat cells into gray cells for our brain to think. When the Swadhisthana chakra keeps doing too much of that, it's unable to take care of the other organs, which are very important organs around this chakra, are like liver, pancreas, spleen, uterus in women, etc. So when these are neglected, we can develop troubles because of this. So let's say people who think too much, plan too much, work under so much stress in office, these are the people who may get a very bad liver. People who keep planning, thinking may also get diabetes and things like that. So this is very practically proven. You can easily figure it out in Sahaja. When this chakra is put all right, these troubles can go away and you can have a balanced sadhisthana, which can improve the overall status of these organs. We feel the status of Swadhisthana chakra on the left and right side on our thumbs. When awakened, this gives us all sorts of creative powers. All art forms come from this chakra. And whatever we do, we become more dynamic in that work. After this, the navel center is called as the Nabhi chakra. It's right behind our Navi. So all the centers are in fact in our spinal cord, in the subtle. So Nabhi chakra's qualities mentioned here are generosity, evolution, but the more subtle things are, let's say, um, satisfaction of life. So you become a satisfied soul when this chakra is awakened. In terms of monetary life, family life, everything becomes a very nice, satisfied, peaceful kind of play for you. Now, when what's the trouble with this chakra that normally people develop? So the same actually. When you have family troubles, let's say husband-wife trouble, so left nabhi, left side would go off. When you have monetary troubles or career orientation madness on that side, the right nabhi would go off. But when you are in balance, you're satisfied, you also become generous people. And slowly and gradually, when you have searched for everything and gotten it, and still you think that something is missing, is when you start searching. So the very great quality of this chakra is seeking. This chakra is up till here is we have the chakras in animals also. So animals at this stage were seeking, let's say, food, shelter, things like that. At human stage, we start seeking higher things. Let's say family, love, money, power, things like that. Slowly, gradually, it moves towards searching God. That is how our evolution takes place because of the seeking. This chakra is represented here on the middle fingers on both hands on the left and right side. Around this is what is called as the Bhavsagar, the void. This is the place of dharma inside us, and it has been established by great prophets, masters, gurus that have happened, that have come on this earth at various times in among different times and different kind of people. So that's how their teachings look different to us, but they are all the same master principle. And what they've established are not different religions, but the real actual dharma, which is the human religion. When we go against that, this chakra or this of sagar um, is caught up, and we develop several diseases because of that. Also, when we are very fanatic about one religion, this can go off. If we take the wrong gurus as gurus, this chakra is caught up. We feel the status of the Bhavsagar right around the center of our palms on left and right side. After this comes the Anhat chakra, the heart chakra, right where our sternum bone is. This is the place in the center for our self confidence and our sense of security, one can say. That yes, we are being taken care of. Now, when this sense of security is hurt or harmed in any way, this chakra can be caught up. For example, women uh, who may have insecurities with their husband, etc., may develop breast cancer. Kids who fall sick a lot are the ones who are afraid a lot because their antibodies are also formed from here. Now, on the right hand side is the place of the father principle. If, let's say, a child has not known his father for some reason, or father is not good, something like that, then that child may develop um, asthma, etc. Similarly, and it's the place of an ideal father, son, brother, etc. All of those principles. On the left hand side is the mother principle. On the left hand side is also the place of the Atma, the spirit inside us. Now, what is Atma? Atma is the reflection of God Almighty inside all of us. Reflection of Paramatma sitting inside us all the time, watching and just being a witness of what we do. Up until now, it has not been in our attention. When Kundalini awakens, a spark sort of comes in, and the Atma becomes the driver, and then it takes over. That's Atma Sakshatkar, truly. We feel the status of this chakra on the left and right side on the small fingers. After this comes the Vishuddhi chakra, which is right behind our throat. This is the chakra which we use for our complete communication. So the outer part of our face and our lips and tongue and teeth and nose and ears and our throat and outer part of eyes and shoulders and hands. All of this is governed by this chakra, and all of this we use for our communication. Through communication, we are a collective being. Collectivity is a much deeper thing. Collectivity really tells us that we are part and parcel of the whole. We are one microcosm of the macrocosm. And this is not our mental projection that, yes, we create United Nations and all of that, and that we are one, and then we still end up fighting. This comes to us when we are awakened, this chakra is awakened, and we know for at a different level, and that's not a mental level, that we are truly part and parcel of the whole, and that this whole world is a Leela, and we can witness it as it is. This chakra is hurt mostly on the left hand side when we feel guilty a lot. For no reason at all, also people feel guilty all the time. For very small things, we keep feeling guilty. I've done this bad, I've done that bad, always calling yourself out as bad. The chakra gets hurt very badly, and it's very detrimental when the chakra is hurt for Sahaj Yoga because we do not feel the vibrations on our hands. The nerves for our hands come from this chakra. If this is caught up, we do not feel the vibrations in meditation. On the right hand side, this chakra is caught up when we tell others down a lot, shout, post, use bad words, put them down. Also, taking tobacco, etc., hurts this chakra. We feel the status of Vishuddhi chakra on our index fingers, left and right side. After this comes the Agya chakra, which is where we put the kumkum, tilak, etc. Inside our brain, there's an optic chiasma, literally like it's shown there. It's a crossing and the three channels come together. It's a very narrow space for Kundalini to pass through. The main quality that is mentioned here is forgiveness. Unless and until we forgive, this chakra doesn't open up. After this, there are two balloons shown like ego and superego. And these are the entities that are formed within us, in all of us, in our lives, because whatever action we do, we develop a certain amount of ego. We may not really be egoistical people, but there is some ego. Similarly, whatever we learn, the conditionings, they develop as superego. One or the other is always clouding our path for Kundalini to pass through. That is how we are built in. Now, so what's the way out? As soon as we forgive on the Agya Chakra, Kundalini passes through the Agya and it sucks in both these entities, which are really our karmas, and the path for Kundalini to pass through opens up. We feel the status of the Agya Chakra on our ring fingers, left and right side. The very last and the most important is the Sahasrara Chakra, right at the top of our head, where it's called as the Brahmarandra Talu, the 10th door inside us. So many things have been called out for this chakra. Sahasrara means the thousand petal chakra. If you cut the brain in transfer section, there are 1,000 channels crossing over. This chakra, there is main quality mentioned here is integration. When Kundalini is awakened, all of these chakras integrate into this. And we also become an integrated personality where we are connected with the divine. The divine starts flowing through us. As we discussed, we feel it on our palms and meditation. But we also feel it at the top of our head, coming out of our head and hitting our palm. Like a cool breeze, it could also be hot initially. Now, this is all just very briefly to talk about the chakras and centers inside us. We'll go for the most important bit, which is the meditation session now. There are a few steps that we will do to put ourselves first in balance and to help some of our chakras before this great happening happens inside us. What are we going to do? First, you can see and practice with your eyes open right now. Later on, we will do these steps with our eyes closed. We are made out of five elements, and these five elements help us a lot in balancing and in cleansing ourselves. In Sahaja Yoga, we use various methods to do that. The first one that we are doing here is keeping our left hand open in our lap like this and put the right hand on the Mother Earth. This we will do to cleanse our left channel. Left hand in the lap, right hand on the Mother Earth. Next, we'll bring the right hand into our lap and put the left hand towards the sky like it's shown here, bend from our elbow. This is for our right channel. Next, we'll put both our hands on the Mother Earth. You can just do it with your eyes open right now. Next, we will keep our left hand in our lap, like it's shown here, and keep the right hand on our heart. We'll press it here and we'll have some prayers when we meditate. Next, we'll bring this hand to our forehead and press it across like we would in a headache and bend our head forward a little. Next, we'll place this hand at the back of our head where we place the pillow and push back our head towards the sky. And the last step, we will place the center of our right palm at the top of our head where the soft bone was when we were kids. And while pressing, we'll move the scalp with our hand. While pressing, we'll move the scalp of our head in a clockwise direction, like this. These are all the steps that we will do. Now, it's very easy to question that, just by moving your hands and doing some prayers, can we really get something that high and that great that we're talking about here? So the answer is no. Now, what does it take for one to get their realization? How long does it take? This was a question posed by Shivaji Maharaj to his guru, realized soul Ramdas Swami. He answered by saying that, Rajan, the time you take to put one leg from one side to the other side on the horse, that's how long it will take for you to get your realization. What he meant was that shunt, that very second. But you need someone to give it and someone to take it. Shree Mataji is here to give it to us. Her photograph emanates those vibrations that make it possible for us to get our realization. We just have to be humble enough and be the ones who can get it. Now, Srimataji's photo will come on the screen. As we said, this is a very, very special photograph. Up until now, the realized souls and incarnations were never really pictured. This has happened with Srimataji. We look at her photograph with complete respect and humility. We'll sit in a normal meditative pose, cross-legged. If you can't sit down, you may sit on a chair. Keep both her hands open in her lap. Sit straight, not very straight, not slouching. If there is anything tight on your body, you may take it off so that your attention does not go there in meditation. And we look at Srimataji's photograph, slowly close our eyes. We'll tell our brain to shun off all questions, doubts for now, because we must not miss this great opportunity because of this brain. And just have one pure desire that I want my self realization. That is all. Now, we will do the steps that we had just seen. We will keep the left hand open in our lap like we had seen and put the right hand on the Mother Earth. Left hand in our lap open, right hand on the Mother Earth. This is for cleansing our Ida Nadi, left channel. We will pray in our hearts, Mother, please clear out all the impurities and imbalances of my left channel to the Mother Earth. Mother, please take out all the impurities of my Ida Nadi through the Mother Earth. You will bring our attention to our palms and see what is happening. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my left channel through the Mother Earth. We bring the right hand back into our lap and We'll put the left hand towards the sky, bent from our elbow. Here we have to pray, Mother, please take out all the impurities of my Pingla Nadi through the ether element, the Akasha. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my right channel through the ether element. We'll keep our attention on our palms and just see what is happening right now. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my right channel through the ether element. Now we'll place both the hands on the Mother Earth. Here we have to pray that Mother, whatever imbalances and impurities, negativities are still left in my left and right channels, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, please bring me into complete balance, into the center, into the present. Mother, please take out all the impurities and balances from my Ida and Pingla nadis through the Mother Earth, and please bring me into complete balance. We'll bring the hands back into our lap. Now, in the next steps, we'll keep the left hand open in our lap as is and use the right hand for the actions. We'll place the right hand on our heart and press it so that we feel our heartbeat. Here, we have to say a great truth. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. This is the truth. This is the reality. The rest all, this body, mind, thoughts, this personality, whatever we think ourselves of, all of this is momentary, is not the reality. The only eternal thing is the spirit. So we say it with full confidence. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Now, as I am the spirit, I have done no wrong. Mother, I am not guilty at all. We had seen that feeling guilty is very bad. We do not feel the vibrations on our hands. So we'll say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Whatever you think you may have done wrong, that is all forgivable by the ocean of love, compassion, and forgiveness that God Almighty is. So leave it to Him. Just say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now, we bring this hand on our forehead where we place kumkum or tilak, and we place it across like you would in a headache and press it from both sides. We'll also bend our head forward a little. Here, we have to forgive everyone without remembering any names who may have done what to us. Just give a blanket forgiveness to everyone. To say, Mother, I forgive everyone. By not forgiving, we don't do anything. We play into the hands of people who have done us wrong. By forgiving, we leave it to God Almighty again. So say, Mother, I forgive everyone. It's very important. Mother, I forgive everyone. Myself also. I forgive everyone. Now we bring this hand at the back of our head where we place the pillow and we push back our head completely towards the sky. Now, for our own satisfaction, we will say that, oh God, if I have done any wrong against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Oh God, if I have done any mistakes against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. We'll bring the hand back into our lap to rest it a little bit. Now, we'll bring the right hand at the top of our head, at the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone when we were kids, and place the center of our palm at this place and press it hard. While pressing, we'll move the hand so that the scalp moves along in a clockwise direction. While moving the hand, the scalp should move along in a clockwise direction and we'll press it also. We'll bend our head forward a little. Keep moving the hand slowly. Here, the most important thing, we have to very humbly ask for it. Without us asking for it, we cannot get our realization. Very humbly, with all respect, we have to ask, Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my yoga, my union with the divine. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my self realization. Stop moving the hand and bring it back in our lap. We'll raise our hands up to our heart level and keep them open like we're asking for something. Keep our attention at the top of our head, and for a few seconds, we'll just sit in meditation. We'll slowly bring our attention to our palms, at the center of our palm, left and right side. Very minutely, we have to see, is there any cool breeze coming out of our palms? Maybe one of them or both of them. Or is there hot breeze instead? Could be hot also. We'll bring our attention to our fingers, tip of our fingers. See if there is a itching kind of sensation, like an ant crawling. This is because of these chakras not being okay. For some people, the hands may also get heavy or some other feeling will come in. You don't have to worry about any of that now. Just that the work has started inside us. Now we'll bring our right hand again at the top of our head where we have pressed and moved and raise it a few inches just above our head. Just a few inches above and see there's a cool breeze coming out of our head touching our hand. We'll move the hand back and forth, left, right. See if there is a specific place where we feel it. And it's a very minute and sukshma, as it is called, very subtle feeling. So we'll look at it in the same manner. Bring the right hand back into our lap and see it from the left hand also once. Just a few inches above our fontanel bone area, top of our head. If there's a cool breeze coming out of the head, touching our palm, move the palm left, right, front, back, coming from a particular place. Now we'll raise both the hands completely up towards the sky, elbows straight, palms open towards the sky. Push back our head completely and ask one of these three questions three times. Mother, is this the Param Chaitanya? Is this the power of love of God that does everything? Is this the divine energy, cosmic energy? We'll slowly bring our hands back into our lap. In answer to those questions, the vibrations would have improved on your hands. We'll keep our attention on the top of our head, the fontanel bone area, for a few seconds and sit in quiet meditation. We will slowly now open our eyes and look at Shree Mataji's photograph. You can see that there are no thoughts right now, even with our eyes open. This is the first boon, first step of thoughtless awareness, Nirvicharjya. We'll bring both our hands together in a namaskar to Shree Mataji and our Kundalini Mother inside and thank them for this blissful experience. Jai Shree Mataji. I request all of you who have joined us very recently to continue attending these sessions for some time so that you may establish the experience completely. May not be easy to get it right in the first time. There are ways and methods for us to daily meditate at home, go into collective meditation, and generally to keep ourselves clean and balanced. Sahaj Yoga is completely free of cost. All of this is everywhere available free. How you can join us, WhatsApp, etc., and learn more about this, Didi will tell us now. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. If you have joined us first time, so we are requesting to please subscribe to our channel. On YouTube live chat box, you will find 4 links from our end. First is for WhatsApp group. If you have not joined WhatsApp group till yet, please join that. On a regular basis, we send updates about all the sessions and Sahaj Yoga related PDF Shri Mataji's speeches on WhatsApp group. So please join that. Second is Zoom meeting link. If you have any questions or any query, or if you want to share your experience, you can join the Zoom meeting link. If you are not comfortable to join Zoom meeting, you can ask your question via writing on YouTube live chat box. On a daily basis, we try to resolve all the queries. Third and fourth link is our YouTube channel link. On YouTube, we have 2 channels. First is for meditation, on which you are attending live meditation, and second is for Shri Mataji speeches. Are both the channels are completely non-commercialized, non-monetized. All the advertisement options have been closed on the channels. The purpose of this channel is you will get your self-realization at your own place. So please share the link with the true seekers and the person who are really seeking for the God. If on this YouTube channel and description box, you will find tutorial videos link where you will get videos for how to do food soaking, how to do bandhan, how to give vibrations, how to take bandhan. These are compulsory processes in Sahaj Yoga. New seekers as well as old seeker have to done this. So please watch that video, learn and apply in your daily life. Apart from that, on this channel, you will find short videos based on all the chakras. Videos are short, but the knowledge is complete. So I request you, please watch that videos. On this channel, live meditation sessions held at 8 a.m. in the morning. Second is at 4:15 in the noon, and third is at 7:45 in the evening. You can join any of the session as per your availability, as per your comfort. Once you are aware about all the chakras and nadi and you are attending the session for 15 to 20 days and you have complete knowledge about this, so you can join our deep meditation session which helps on 5 of 30 on a regular basis. There is no question, Bhaiya, but Monica, Monica ji, do you have any question? You have joined Zoom meeting. If you have, please mute yourself. And if you want to share your experience as well, you can talk to Bhaiya. Monica ji, um, I guess she is not comfortable. She is not able to.
Unmute. That is fine, Didi. I
Okay.
think we can take Shrimataji's permission and end the session today.
Yeah. Um, Thank you so much, Shimataji, for such a wonderful session. Thank you, all the deities. Shimataji, please forgive us if we have committed any mistake. Jai Shimataji.
Jai Shrimataji.